Hi, and welcome to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast with everyone's favorite OBGYN, Dr. Angela Jones. Have you ever been too embarrassed or shy to ask your own doctor about your, girl parts? Well, you've come to the right place to get straight answers. Feel free to ask Dr. Angela anything women's health related. Obstetrics and gynecology? She keeps it real. Pregnancy? She's been there, done that. Menopause? She'll get you through. Young or old, Dr. Angela's got you covered, girl. Now here's Dr. Angela.
What's good, people? This is Dr. Angela, everyone's favorite OBGYN, and I would like to officially welcome you to episode 247. I'm super excited because I recently learned, as in yesterday, that my pops is coming to visit. He's really coming to see my mini-me, Miss Francesca, but since I'm here, I'll get to spend a little bit of time with him as well. We haven't told my mini yet. It's going to be a huge surprise. I just love spending time with my parents. My mom will be in tow, and I cannot wait to see them. So let's jump right into today's question. This was an email query that I received from a listener that actually came across me from a podcast that I did with the ladies at Lady Lovin'. And so Meg, I don't know where Meg was emailing me from. She didn't disclose that, which is fine. But this is what she said. Dr. Angela, I had my first baby about 4 weeks ago. My entire pregnancy was smooth and seemingly risk-free. When I was 39 weeks and 1 day, my placenta abrupted 25%. And we had our baby girl within the hour by way of an emergency C-section. I had 0 of the risk factors for placental abruption. No pathology report was done on my placenta. My current OB says that he wouldn't consider me high risk for future pregnancies, given that I had none of the risk factors going into pregnancy. We would love more children, but I am terrified of another abruption. Dr. Angela, do you have any thoughts or information on placental abruption, and how much of a risk do I have for a recurrence, or if pregnancy is even a safe thing for me to consider in the future? I would appreciate anything that you can offer, as Googling info leaves me confused and hopeless. Thank you so much, Mac, for reaching out. First off, congrats on the new baby. Thank you for reaching out. And thank you so much for your continued support. I had a lot of fun when I did that podcast with the ladies at Lady Lovin'. So I gotta tell you, I had a patient that was very similar to you not so long ago. The only thing is that status post an emergency delivery, which was via C-section, she was discovered to have underlying preeclampsia. What I'm going to say for you is, if you want more children, go for it. I mean, I don't know too much about your medical history, which puts me at a little bit of a disadvantage. However, I'm going to take your word for it and go with what you said, specifically that your OBGYN said you don't have any risk factors. And those would be things like hypertension, if you did drugs like cocaine, or if you had any other underlying medical issues, any of the autoimmune disorders, etc., that might put you at an increased risk. One of the other things that we commonly associate with abruption is any kind of recent trauma, which you didn't relay that you had recently experienced. I do have to tell you, I probably would have sent your placenta to pathology looking for any sort of underlying cause or any kind of, signs of infection. Just saying. If indeed you are young, healthy, and, your last pregnancy, abruption excluded, didn't have any issues, the only thing that I might consider for you with your next pregnancy would be some kind of antepartum fetal monitoring starting between 28 and 32 weeks. Specifically, as I don't know of any risk factors based on what you've shared. Otherwise, I'm not sure that I would change anything. Most of the literature quotes anywhere from like a 5 to 15% recurrence rate. My other word of advice for you, stay off of Google. And remember, every pregnancy is different. Thank you so much, Meg, for reaching out. I hope that you enjoyed motherhood. And also thank you for those amazing pictures that you sent of you and your family. Your baby girl is completely adorable. beautiful, in fact. So hopefully, you guys learned something from this question. I love when you guys send me questions and, share your experiences because, we're a sisterhood and we learn from each other. And just, the best of luck to you, Meg. And again, thank you so much for reaching out. If there are any of you that happen to have a question that you want featured on the podcast, you know how to reach me, www.askdrangela.com. Click on the question mark and you can submit your question via email query, or you can click on any of my social media outlets. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I'm happy to respond to any direct messages that you leave. In closing, I'm going to leave you with this quote, again, from my favorite book of inspiration for women by Sandy Gingras. Trust your journey, even when nobody else does. Thank you so much for tuning into today's podcast. Until next time, look better, feel better, be better. Can't wait to reconnect on episode 248. See you then.
Thank you for listening to the Ask Dr. Angela podcast. For more information on women's health and the show notes for this episode, please visit Dr. Angela at www.askdrangela.com. While you're there, don't forget to leave your own message for Dr. Angela. See you soon! All of the information provided and discussed in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and should not take the place of consulting a physician. This podcast is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease or illness and does not and should not replace treatment from a medical professional.